Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Sammy J Pixel and Kilowatts. If you follow this channel, you know I've done a lot of box opening and introduction to new cameras and auctions and stuff like that. So through this journey, I learned a lot about what to do when you purchase one of these new cameras. So I'm gonna share my experience with you guys, and this way you don't have to go through the heartache I went through. Well, for example, we're going to go through this one here, Praktica MTL3. What happened when I bought it and opened the box, and what you should do when you get a camera like this. So join me in this session. So it's about 10 steps. First thing first, when you get something like this, before you put it in your eye and on your face, and you don't know where this has been sitting, especially if you get it from an auction house, you just do a basic cleaning. If you follow the channel, I have one specific one on how to clean cameras, and then get a box of this Kimtech. I'll put it in the description, down there in the description. It doesn't have lint; it's lint-free, and it's great for lenses and cameras. So, spray on it some lens cleaner, or I use vinegar most of the time, just pure old vinegar, and you just clean it from outside, just bottom all the way around and the lens, and don't open it yet. Just basic cleaning before you put this darn thing on your face. So clean it inside and out, and then open the camera, and use the blower and blow from the inside, and then I can open the lens here and blow. Just basic cleaning. Again, I don't want to go through that step by step. Subscribe to the channel. I have one specifically on cleaning the camera. Next thing, before you start cranking and testing the shutter, open the battery compartment. Canon cameras they have on the front, Minolta have in the back. Again, follow the channel. I cover almost all the cameras that I have and tested. Long story short, open the camera, and before you put a battery in there, get a cotton swab and clean. Cotton swab right there. And put a little bit of vinegar, not much, just a dab of vinegar on the tip, and clean the battery compartment. And I'm sharing these tips with you because I went through a lot of heartaches, open and slamming the battery in there without cleaning anything, and it didn't work, and a lot of frustration there. And anyway, so clean that up, and then make sure it's dry, blow in there, and then put the battery. And then if you don't know, with positive, negative, read the manual. Again, if you follow the channel, I have links for all the manuals that the camera I test in the description. And then put the battery in there, and then do a crank, and then test it. Does it work? Like this one here. It does work. So, but most of these cameras are mechanical. So the batteries are just for the light meter. So now you need to put it in your eye and look for the needle, or whichever camera you have. Sometimes there's red lights in there, and make sure that the light meter is working. Again, lessons learned from a lot of the cameras I bought is sometimes they crank and you hear the shutter, but guess what? The light meter is shot. So the camera is, I don't want to say no good, but then you have to use Sunny 16. What the heck is Sunny 16? Again, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have one full video explaining Sunny 16 and what does it mean and how to use it. Okay, so clean the camera overall, clean the battery compartment, and then put the battery in there. Next, you need to open this. Open the camera in the back. Get a little flashlight. Here, I don't have a flashlight here, but get a flashlight. And check the light seals before you get excited and put a film there, and you say, yeah, I cleaned the camera, I put the battery, everything's working fine, I'm gonna go take pictures. And then you go take pictures and you see some light streaks and some weird stuff, and you say, what's wrong with that? You didn't check the light seals. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time, subscribe to the channel. I have a couple of videos on light seals, and I'm gonna do a couple more because they're different. Yes, they're different. Some cameras, they take light seal on the side, in the middle, and the wells, etc. As a matter of fact, with this one here, I don't know if you can see it, it needs light seals here on the back door. They have rope inside. This is the Praktica. They have excellent light seal, but on the side, I'm glad I'm looking at this. It's shot, so it's gonna be on my. We'll do a video on that one. Change the light seals on the side here. Okay, so once you change the light seals, don't just put film and go to town the next day. Keep it open or just close it a little bit, not all the way, and leave it on the side for 24 hours. Let the light seal settle in there, especially if you have glue or if they're, sticky back. Just let it rest and then close it. Let it rest for half a day until the light seal is all nice in there. If you just put the light seal and then start opening and closing the door, guess what? Some of the light seal things are going to come out. Happened to me. Again, I'm sharing this with you. All right? Check all the dials and buttons. Does it sound right? Put it on 1000 and then, okay, and then put it on 125 shutter speed. Okay, sounds slower. Then put it on 30 shutter speed. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So just test it, It's common sense. Check all the dials. Check this one here. Does it wind correctly? Because when you're done with the film, you need to wind. Does it wind? Sometimes they're broke. Oh yeah, these things are 30, 40, or even 50 plus years old. I know they're mechanical and they're solid. They're built like a tank. But you don't know who's using them and who's abused them and all that. So check that, and then check all the dials. Check the timer. I hand-use timer. I don't take selfies with these, but check the timer. Check the rewind button. Just any button. Some of them are simple to get two things here and you're done. But any button here, check on that. Press there, rewind. Press it, and then rewind, and then open the door. Make sure everything's rewinding inside. And then when you close the door, check the counter. Make sure it resets. Check the counter. Make sure it resets to 0. This one, it did reset to 0. Okay, so whichever camera you have, check all the buttons. After you check all the buttons, you check the f-stop. Does it feel smooth or sticky? If sticky, this lens needs cleaning. We're probably gonna do a specific video just on cleaning lens. That's awesome. And this is the Praktica. It's you unscrew it like that. So open that up and take a look on the inside. Okay, do you need some light seals on the bumper? Bumper seals. And then put this lens and look it up. Do you see any fungus, dust? Then this thing needs to be cleaned. You can't just go take pictures like this. You're gonna be horrible. This one, got little dust in there. Little dust is fine, but if you see like hairs and stuff like this, that's fungus, and this sucker needs to be cleaned. And then when you blow inside, hold it up and blow like this, so you can clean that up. An excellent drawer. Again, in the description, I got links for all this mess that you're looking at. Okay, just blow. You don't see it, but there is dust in there. I don't care which camera you got. There is dust in there, guaranteed 100%. Okay, get this thing. Okay, this is not the cleaning session. I'm just showing you the blower. And then when you're done, hold the camera, whichever you have, Praktica or the other one, Bayonet. Bayonet is a little easier. And then see if it screws fine. Okay, that's great. Don't tighten too much. That's fine right there. Remember, most of these cameras, they're not waterproof. They're not dust-proof. They're not sealed from the outside. They just have a seal for the light. You're not gonna, I don't think, sure, if you have different opinion, let me know. I don't think any of these mechanical cameras are waterproof or dust-proof. They're not sealed, period. If you disagree with me, or you have a camera that's sealed, you can use it in the rain and in dust and in the desert and windy environment, let me know. But this, you need to, when you take it out, you need to make sure it's covered and baby it. There's something called shutter cough. So when you crank this baby, is the shutter sounds okay? Does it sound okay? So click it and see. Does it sound? Let me put it on 1000 here. is it had like a cuff. Then the shutter need to be oiled. This one is, I don't think it had a cuff. I think the Canons AE1 and A1, they have this something called shutter cuff. If you'd like to see a video on that and how to fix that, make a recommendation in the description, and I'll be definitely doing one of those. I don't have any camera that has a shutter cuff, but if it does, if this shutter doesn't sound right, and there's a bunch of videos on that, it needs to be taken care of. You can't just go willy-nilly and start taking pictures. Even though you can take pictures, it's just the camera's going to sound weird. Dust in the viewfinder. Believe me, I have 15 cameras now. 50% had dust in the viewfinder. Again, you can unwind this and do a little blow in there, and 90% the dust is gone. You don't have to. I've seen videos where they take the top and do all this mess. Who wants to do that? Again, this is, first time users of this, you want to grab and go. You don't have, again, attention span is 3 seconds or less. People don't want to be messing with, I see a lot of videos online, like they break down things, and it's just too complicated. I mean, we want something, we want this to be fun, like I've said many times. 35mm photography is more fun. We don't want to be breaking cameras and too much mumbo jumbo. I mean, if you like doing that, great. If you don't agree with me, put comments in there. Let's see what else. Dust in the viewfinder. Even if you can't get it all out, that's fine. It's not going to affect your photography. Dust in the viewfinder is not going to. It's not like mirrorless. It's not going to show in the picture. Remember, this is a black box. You got a mirror. Even if the mirror is dirty, it's not going to affect your pictures. Believe me, guaranteed. The mirror go down, light, image goes in. What matters is the film and the light seals and the lens. That's it. That's it. If you open it and you see the mirror a little, dirty or it's not perfect, you're going to see it through the viewfinder, but it's not going to affect the picture quality. Picture quality is the film you're using, 400, 200, Ilford, Kodak, Fujifilm, etc. And the lens you're using. Frankly, the lens is number one. And most of these, I was shocked, especially with the Canon A1 and AT1 and Pentax, and let's see, the Minoltas and Olympus OM40. I was shocked with the quality. The quality is amazing. Again, subscribe to the channel, go look at my other videos. I've done, field reviews. I don't sit in here and then just do reviews and without going in the field. That's, my opinion, is a bunch of BS. Get in the field, take some pictures and share them with the community. Then you can do, his button does this, this button does that. But people care about, does this thing really take good pictures? And there's nothing better than going in the field. And I show you all of that. Again, subscribe, support us. This community, I think, is growing, in my opinion, especially in Europe. I don't know which country you're from, but US, Europe, and Canada. But Europe is a lot better than the North America in 35mm. So if you follow me here, I think we're on number 8. Read the manual. Let's go ahead and put Praktica MTL3 or Olympus OM40 manual. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to go to like a PDF site and etc. I'll try to put the links in all the cameras I ever use. I put the links of the manual in the description for any camera I review to make it easy on you. And read the manual. The manual is on an average 25 pages. I haven't seen anything over 60. On an average, 27 to 30. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you have a manual for something like this that's over 100 pages, let me know. I don't think so. It doesn't exist, period. It doesn't exist from the cameras I've seen, from Canon A1 to Olympus to Nikon to Yashica and Konica and all that stuff. It doesn't exist. There is no manual over 100 pages. It's not like my Canon R5 mirrorless behind me here. I think it's close to 1,000, but 900 something, which I haven't read yet. I have this camera for a couple of years, but read the manual. 5 minutes guaranteed. You'll learn a lot. I watched a lot of videos. It's like you guys are watching this video. I watched a lot of videos on this, but I learned more in the manual. I love the videos. I love those people that are spending time. It's like I'm spending time. Our time is valuable and your time is valuable. they usually go quickly. There's a couple of sites where they go A, B, C, and D, but and sometimes like AEL and some specific things and spot metering, all that stuff. You just don't understand from watching the video very quickly. So you read the manual, the specific thing that you don't understand, reread and go and practice that, and then maybe search specifically for that. Spot metering. Then you get a video specifically on spot metering, and you understand more on that camera instead of watching something from A to Z on that camera and you get confused, especially for the beginners. The folks there that have been using this in the 1980s and 70s, you're just watching this and laugh and say, I know this. But anyway, I've used cameras for a long time too, but it's a good refresher. Again, we're always learning, we're always improving. There's nobody, I don't care where, whichever in the whole world, that knows everything. There is always possibilities for improving and learning this practice. Okay, so number 10, I think we're number 9 maybe. How to load the film. Subscribe to the channel. I think I got a couple of videos there. I'm going to add more. How to load the film. They're not all the same. Guaranteed. I mean, you see some reels and 30 seconds or less videos of how to load the film. They put it in there, boom, 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 and everything's fine. No, it's not everything's fine. Minoltas and Fuji, and they're a little bit different, especially these Prakticas and Mamiya Secor, and I got a couple of those here recently. I'm going to follow the channel to see my journey and how I got those cameras. They're different. They got like a little metal thing in there, and it's just different. I'm telling you, they're not all the same. So follow me on the channel. I'll show you how to load film in different ones. And when you load the film, make sure this one here is turning. If you're doing this and, shutter's working, I'm cranking, and this baby here is not turning, nothing is happening. It happened to me. I was, I think Olympus OM20. I was going to town. Beautiful. Boop, boop. And then I was rewinding. Yeah, it's rewinding. And guess what? 0. Nothing came out. Once you clean it, do everything else we talked about, there's something called test film. Don't go take films of something very important or a family event or just any event and assume everything's going to work right. Even if you've done those 9 things we just talked about, get a cheap film, expired film, whatever, black and white or color, is up to you, and do a test run. You need to do a test run. Try to get the 24, not the 36. 24, I don't know if they make 12. In the old days, they were 12, 20, 24, and 36. But get 24, and preferably color, and do a test run. I mean, don't just waste the film, just something that you're interested in, but not just an event that you're gonna be disappointed if these things don't come out right. And do the test run and take pictures in different lighting conditions. Don't just go on a sunny day and everything's handy dandy. No, try a sun one day, take some in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening, just to make sure the light meter works, the winder works, the cranker works. That everything works. Different f-stop works. Take something that you make sure you have a blur. f2.8. Take a picture of something and center it and make sure that it does blur in the background. Take a landscape picture of f22 or f16, and the focusing and all that, just to make sure the camera works, and then develop that. And after that, you're done. So buying one of these, I don't want to say it's not easy. It is easy to acquire one of these cameras, but you just have to go through those 10 steps. So there's no disappointment, and you enjoy it. And after that, you're done. Basic cleaning, and everything works, and all the button works, and you put the film, rock and roll, and you're happy. Again, my point of view, if you do those 10 things I just mentioned, you're gonna have a pleasant experience. If you skip and you're gonna hit some bumps in the road, and especially if you're a beginner on this, you're gonna get disappointed. Tell me, did I miss any other step? What's your experience been when you purchase one of these things? Share it with the community, some things that maybe I missed, and they need to be included in these 10 steps, and let's go from there. Again, 35 millimeter, analog photography. It's more fun. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's more fun. Just holding this baby. I'm holding it right now. I'm happy. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I don't know. My R5 has been sitting here for 4 months. I haven't used it since I started this. I started this transition. This, I don't want to say it's complement to my photography hobby, and since October, even this channel also. I've been using these only. I use some the Fuji X-T50 in some family events and stuff like that, but mostly I've been using these 35mm. Even I went overseas, I use these. It's amazing. In Europe, man, they love it. You go in the store, you see it on the shelf. You see a lot of films on the shelf. You can just buy like that. I love it. I love how they do that. Again, if you want to add anything, put it in the comments. Give me your point of view. 35mm photography. It's more fun. Guaranteed. See you on the next video.